Well, hello everyone, Looney Farm Guy here with a new mod overview, shall we say. This is for Wednesday, October 26th. This is the CSZ Pack by ModPassion. It is 65.51 megabytes to download. Now that sounds like a lot, but let me say this has an incredibly massive, I mean, there's no words to describe the amount of items in this pack is just staggering. So what I've done actually is cherry picked a few of the items I thought that were unique or of interest, and surely it's not all of them, but some of them that have piqued my interest, and you can see some of them here in front of you. And I will demonstrate the ones that that I've shown here. But first, let's take a look into our store. Now, these are going to be scattered amongst the attachments for front loader tools. You see them here at the end. So we got buckets and forks and all sorts of different things. That, like I said, it's a staggering, and the one way to show you how staggering and encompassing this pack is, you go down to mods and DLCs into the CSZ Pack here, and look at the little bar at the bottom, how it moves. This is an absolutely enormous and mind-boggling amount of equipment in this pack that just goes on and on and on and on. As you can see scrolling, it actually takes a little bit to actually scroll from end to end. Now this is every single thing that's in this pack. Now just to briefly go over something, say for example the multi-purpose bucket, the first one here. If we look at that, most, if not, well, not all of them, but most of them are going to have the attacher type as attacher to several. This is skid steer. We'll come back here. So you can have a skid steer loader for this. You can have a front loader for this, a telehandler, or a wheel loader. Now they'll all have different size capacities depending on the attacher type. And this little thing down here, levelers, active or deactivate. I'm gonna guess that's for a leveling function for a bunker silo, but I haven't been able to figure it out or get it to work. And I really didn't have much time to spend on each individual item trying to figure it out. I have looked at the bale forks. We'll look at those, we'll demonstrate those. We got manure forks. We have the big bag handler, which also is available in skid steer, front loader, telehandler, or wheel loader. So basically all of them. We'll show you that. That is something that's familiar to those of you from Farm Sim 19 and loved by many. We have a lifting arm, hook for lifting, and then we have adapters, which I'm not going to get into because it's just, that will take an hour, 1 hour video just showing all the adapters. So we have skid steer to front loader to skid steer, front loader to telehandler, telescope, so a telehandler to implement. Now take a look at the top left corner there. This is something else. When I scroll through here, it's going to show you the implement that attaches to it first. So this is a wheel loader to telehandlers. So it attaches, you take a wheel loader, attach this, and you will be able to attach telehandler tool equipment. So thus, if we scroll over to a multi-purpose bucket, we see top left, this is for front loader. We scroll over, telehandlers. There's a little picture of a telehandler. So very neat, kind of visual aid. So if we keep scrolling, we're going to scroll through a few of these first. As you can see, there's just a massive amount of different things. A lot of them are somewhat repetitive, like a big bag handler. It's going to be show up in probably in the wheel loader or telehandler, one of those. So there's a lot of duplicated items. One interesting smart fork for smart stack cages. We're going to show that. That also has front loader, telehandler, wheel loader. So 3 different, not skid steer. Again, looking through these things, it's just the cage is interesting. We're going to show that, how it works. Fill type big bag tanks, base food, silage additive. So again, we have even a 3-point link on that. And yeah, so just just an incredibly massive amount. What else of interest here? If we kind of scroll through, we have dozer blade, which is a leveler. So those are in here. Of course, like I say, all the adapters. This mixer is strictly a decorative object. It doesn't really have any purpose in the game except for roleplay. Moving along, and yes, so just we have a big silage fork for a wheel. Let's see, working width up to 12,000 liters. I do believe the leveler is active, deactivated. Yeah, I do think I haven't got it to work though, but I'm sure some of you will figure that out playing around with it. I say I don't have. There's so many mods released. This is late in coming out because I just got overwhelmed. And then this smart stack cage. This is very interesting. It says it holds 360 chickens, and that's it. So it's a chicken transporter. We're gonna try that out, and then on a sling. Right. Okay. So. Where to start? Well, first of all, we have what you see here. Yes, it's a big bag handler. And as you can see, it can be used for many things, and this is probably one of the most popular items from Farm Sim 19 for this pack when it came out, was this, because it literally is so easy to use and will literally pick up anything that you can strap down. So let's have a quick look at it first of all. So this one I actually got in Front Loader Tools, and as you can see in Front Loader Tools, here's all the things that are specific for the front loader. And there's the big bag handler. Now, but even though if you go in here, you can still change the attacher to telehandler, wheel loader, skid steer loader, or front loader. So still be aware of that. Even though you're in the front loader menu, you can still change that up. Or you can take it over to a repair maintenance area and change it there if you like. But the one thing, if you buy it incorrectly, you have a front loader and you buy a telehandler one, you're gonna have to sell it or unless you can somehow drag it over to a repair spot, or you get there's also a nice quick little if you go into tools, if you have the I don't have it downloaded. There is a little toolbox that you can place anywhere that is also a repair area. So you could, you might be able to sneak that beside it and change it. But anyways, just be aware of that. So carrying on, how does this work? Well, it is on the end there. So it's like any other attachment you have. However, R1, notice you have fasten and unfasten tension belts, R1 and right sticks. So that will, right now you can see them appear and disappear. So what that means is, let's say you want to move this stack of bales. You just need to go down like that, R1 and R3, and now you have attached yourself, or attached the implement to the bales, and you can just maneuver them however you want. Set it down gently, because once you R1 and R3, we'll let them go, and there you go. So it makes moving things around very easy, even small pieces of equipment or even larger pieces of equipment. As long as they strap down, you can hook onto them. I'd say you can very easily put this onto a trailer or even on the roof. Oh, yeah, sort of badly on the roof. Right, so that's the big bag handler. That's just one of many of the attachments. So what's next? Well, let's drop that. Let's hook up one of the bale forks. Now this too is very interesting. And if we go back into the front loader tools and look at some of the forks here, now they all seem to be of the same. There's bale fork with reclining tips. And notice that one says position of the top right. So this is something else I haven't figured out what the difference. It says this tool can be used to transport bales. Position of the bales in the stack. Okay. The next one right beside it says this tool can be used to transport bales. Position of the bales not in the stack. Right. So I think that has something to do with how it loads, because again we have the option of front loader, telehandler, wheel loader, skid steer loader, or front loader. Length of the tips, we can choose the length of the tips. Loading mode, here is something, I don't say new, but something of very great interest is loading mode, automatic or manual. If you choose manual, it is quite simply just a bale fork. However, automatic, it does automatically load the bales, which will show that in a moment. We have middle, yes or no, so that's an extra spike in the middle. Now here's another interesting option: capacity, round, square, small. So it gives you how many of each of those bales you can fit onto this. Now that is mostly geared towards the automatic loading, as we'll show in a minute. But we have the choice of 2 round, 3 square, or no small bales, and we can go left or right, and we could choose different numbers there. We can go 1 1 and 0, we can go 2 3 and 0, we can go 2 2 and 0, or 1 1 and 0. So that's interesting. You can choose. That's, like I said, that's basically for the auto load mode. Working width, you can change the width of those spikes as well. Now that's not going to make any difference in auto load mode, but for manual that might. Right. So now that we've had that all sorted out, this operates pretty much purely like if any of you have used the auto load bale trailers. So we have it attached, we have it highlighted, and L1, operating position. We have operating position and transporting position, L1 and square. If we have it in operating position, it's ready to go. Now, L1 and down on your D-pad will fold and unfold those spikes. R1 and L1 and R1 are just basic controls. So it does act just like a normal... oh, wait a minute. There is... Yes, R1 and right stick right and left extends and lowers that top piece. Now that's a little bit... That's useful for manual. However, we're in automatic mode right now, and we're in operating position. And as we approach these 2 bales, wait a minute, we are, oh, there we go. Whoa, okay. We were in transport position, right? So as you can see, as soon as I stuck it into operating position, they automatically just attach themselves like so, and you can drive around. They're not going to fall off or anything. They're going to stick on there no matter what. So they are solidly on there. You can go around and be crazy and do whatever you like. And then once you're ready to drop them off, let's say can we get them up here? No. Okay, let's just be normal and put them down here. Now how do you get them off? Well, L1 and triangle, unload, and there it goes, just like so. So pretty much nearly just the style of operation is exactly like a bale trailer, except it's on the front. Now let's go back into operating position and look at these square bales here. As we approach them, they just automatically zip right onto it, like so, and we're good to go. That bale is going to be in the air for a little bit, and then again, of course, lower it down, or you can even have it up high. It doesn't matter, wherever you are. L1 and triangle, and a zoop, just like so. Right. Okay. So that in itself is just an amazing mod to be included in a pack with. I didn't even count them. It looked like there's over 100 pieces of equipment. Right. So let's drop that and move on to the next one. The next one is going to be this cage. Now you see I have something in there already. And when we go to look at that, I do believe they're in all of the different attacher choices. I'm lost for words right now a little bit. And where is it? There it is. Called cage. 119 to 4,000 liters. So it's quite a range there of things. At the bottom, it shows you all the different items that's possibly could be contained in here. And again, you have fill types of big bags, tanks, base food, silage additive, and back to big bags. So let's try one that says tanks. And this is wheel loader, so we're going to have to switch that up to front loader. Well, you know what? Let's go wheel loader, because we have a wheel loader out there. And we're going to drop this for a moment. Now this is an interesting, another interesting piece of equipment that we've seen, and quite typically this would be a mod all by itself, and I would spend about 10 or 15 minutes explaining just this one item. So as you notice, you go over here, you can't buy anything to fill it. It's like, okay, well, what is this? What is this for? If we go over to, just going to go quickly over to this other buy point to make sure that doesn't, aren't able to fill anything under there. And no, even though we have it highlighted, I can't fill it with anything there. So what is its purpose? Well, it does actually fill with stuff, except as noted, you can see that it said tanks, big bags, and so forth. So if we go into our pallets here and buy some liquid fertilizer, because I do believe I did choose tanks, did I not? Yes. And we go over to our liquid fertilizer tank. You will notice it says refill cage right away. It pops up L3, and as you can see now, it is filling up. And there you go. So it will fill liquids from placeables, pretty much, or things that you buy in the store on pallets or whatsoever, and like that. So yes, like as I said, I could probably spend 15 or 20 minutes just on this particular piece of equipment all by itself, but I'm not. I just, like I said, it's a brief. Yeah, and you can't sell it here either. This is strictly just a transfer, although you can unload. So if we pull up over here and R1 and triangle, there it is. It is unloaded back onto a container, and refill it again. There it goes, refills. Right, okay, so, no, not there. what's next? Moving on. We got the forks, baghander forks. Okay, so we got another style of bale handler on this telehandler. And let's go into telehandler tool, see if we can find it, because like I said, this is there it is. Bale fork with grabber. Now this is another bale fork, but it's interesting because you can have automatic or manual again. And this one has 4 bales, 4 round, 3 square, and no baby bales, and we can change that up too. Although I do believe I got 4 square bales on this one last time I checked. And if we go now, notice this one has the triangle as operating position and non-operating position. Operate now. It's oh wait a minute. Now it's fold or unfold. There we go. Unfold is in here, and then we have the operating position. Right. Okay. I'm not sure why it was. And as you can see, it is slowly loading the bales, and it will appear like that. That is the auto load function. And again, I don't know why that bale is, there we go. It is down now to normal. Again, L1 and triangle. No, R1, where is it? Now this is being a little bit weird. Unfold, select fold tool, transporting. Oh, there we go. Transporting. How is this? Wait a minute. This is not the same as when I just tested it. Unfold. Unload. Okay, so you have to unfold it and then unload. There, a triangle twice. Yeah, it's a little bit more complicated, it would seem, than the other one. So yeah, again, could spend a whole 15 or 20 minutes on that one. Anyways, quickly on to the next one. Adapters. There is an enormous amount of adapters included in this pack, as we briefly mentioned. And this one I have here on this skid steer is this one, I do believe, skid steer to implement. So quite obviously it's a skid steer to a 3-point link, like so. That's pretty obvious how that probably will work. Let's just jump back over to our wheel loader and talk about a little bit about the, let's see, second last one option we have for also very similar to the big bag lifter. However, this is, if we can get it to attach here, there we go. I have it attached to to the cage, and let's see if we can unfasten those. Yes, so this is actually the best place to see that is wheel loaders. I believe we have one in here, and hopefully this is kind of in a logical way organized. So we have a long, basically a hook for attaching stuff. Wheel loader, skid steer, front loader, like all the different types. It quite simply is a big long hook that is just like so. Now at the other end of it, I have also, I think it's under miscellaneous. Yes, there's sling for lifting. It's just basically it hooks onto the any hook and gives you the ability to attach, fasten belts or tension belts, and it's a little pretty wonky. As you can see, it's kind of flipping around, so it might be useful for maybe log moving or something. I don't know, because you just, as you can see, position it like so, R1 and straps, and there you go. You can, anything that straps will strap to, you can pick it up. So that's kind of briefly what that is. Now, last but not least, this cage, Smart Stack cage. as far as I can figure, let's see, let's get into our wheel loader. Now that cage can be moved several different ways, and one of them is attaching this cage fork. Now let's go quickly look at, I think it's, oh, is it not under miscellaneous? Oh, I think it's under animals. Animal transport, I bet. Yes, there it is. Smart Stack cage, $1,500, 360 chickens. Just like so, actually. So it's just literally just a cage, basically a pallet. Now you see it has spots for pallet fork or for this, which is front loader tools, and it should come up right here. Come on, where are you? There it is. Fork for Smart Stack cages, $900. And it's a very specific type of style of fork that you can, front loader, telehandler, wheel loader. Yeah, those three. Right, and how does it work? Well, I haven't tried this yet, so this is our first time. But it seems pretty straightforward that this is how if I there we go. Seems a little bit, there we go, now it's in there. Oh, and attach Smart Stack cage. Oh, so it's automatically attaching. Right, okay. That's kind of cool. Disable the collision of the forks. Activate the collision of the forks. Well, okay, so that's kind of neat. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's neat. Okay, so L1 and X, you can activate the collision of the forks and do it manually, right? Or just pull up there and press X and it will attach. Oh my goodness. So now it's, yeah, now it's, so L1 and X disables the collision of the forks so that it's there, but you can pretend it's there or not there, whatever you like, and then it will automatically attach. Oh, so that's pretty nice. Again, we could spend another 15 or 20 minutes just on this particular piece of equipment. It would be a 5-hour video for if I was going to go through every single piece of equipment, maybe 8 hours, or split up into about 20 different videos. But oh dear. Well, that's as best as I can do as a brief cherry picking kind of overview of just a few of the items in this pack. This is, I can say, staggering amount of pieces of equipment in this. This is the CSZ Pack by ModPassion, 65.51 megabytes. My brain is melting. Slot counts are going to vary between all of them. Go ahead and have fun with this if you like handling stuff. This is going to just the adapters alone. I didn't even touch on the adapters. You can there's an adapter to go from one implement, like one from front loaders to telehandlers, all sorts of things. So even if there isn't an attachment or something in this pack, and there's something else, there's an adapter for it in here. So I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for your comments. If you have a question, I will try to answer it, although this is kind of one of those, just a massive world all by itself, the CSZ Pack by ModPassion. Yes, indeed. I'm Looney Farm Guy, and remember, it's only a game. So, till next time, bye for now.